Hello and welcome to BGP. So glad to be back. I want to just dive right into this topic. Hope I don't hurt nobody's feelings, but I'm just a little bit curious. Our panel here is the two of us. It's two of us over 50, right?
Yeah.
And one that's not quite 50.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Not even close.
Right.
I mean, I'm midway.
Okay.
I'm in my 40s.
So my concern is, and my question to you all is that I have noticed, I have been in long, lengthy relationships before, and then ended up being single in my 50s.
Mm.
And I'm finding that a lot of my friends that are 50 plus are also single. And I'm just curious, are we too picky? Are we too selective? Are we just pushing away dudes that really do have the potential to be good to us, be a good mate? Or are we just non-attractive?
Mm.
I'm wondering that because a lot of my friends at 50 plus are single and having a really, really rough time out there in the dating scene. And so I'm just curious. I want to get you all's opinion, how you feel about being over 50 and maybe in the dating scene. What do you think is the situation why we aren't getting solid relationships or marriage for that matter? I'll start with you, Mo.
I think that for a woman over 50, she may be too stuck in her ways.
Mm.
She might have some selfish things that she needs to throw away. In your 50s, you're supposed to be going downhill. You're supposed to be, and I don't mean going downhill in a bad way.
Okay.
All the little immature things
Right.
that you have about yourselves, you should have overcome those things. At 50, you should be, when I say going downhill, you should be enjoying your life. You should be, don't have the pressure that a younger woman might have.
Mm.
And even a younger woman below Nisha's age should have. You should have your sexiness together. You should have your attire together, your character together. All of that should be solid. The way you move, the way you talk, your belief system, that should all be in place. And I think a lot of women are selfish. They looking for the good old days. They not making men like the good old days. Dating is very limited for women, period, across the board. But for us over 50, the good ones is taken, or they've been divorced and they want to be the players.
Mm.
And then it's the ones that's please, I'll do good this time. So I think if you're just looking to date, it should be pleasurable and fun. And dating doesn't really turn into relationships,
Not necessarily.
I hope that answers your
True.
question.
It does. I appreciate your opinion. What about you, Miss Nisha?
I think that part of the reason why they're having a tough time is similar to what Mona said, but also, I'm be honest, when I listen to a lot of men on social media platforms that are 50 and 60, they don't want to date a 50-year-old. They want a 20-plus-year-old and a 30-plus-year-old. That's what I'm hearing. They're like, once you pass 35, it's like, you've hit the wall, and they don't want to deal with you. They feel like you're set in your ways. They feel like you're not willing to adjust. You're expecting perfection, and they know they're not perfect.
Mm.
And so they can pretend to be perfect for somebody that's inexperienced with relationships, a 20-plus-year-old or an experienced 30-plus-year-old. They can do that. But for somebody that's 50 and up, they're like, you going to be like, look, I already got my money. I already have my house for most, right? I already have my cars. I'm financially stable. I need you for, besides your body autonomy, I need you, for this. And they're like, I can't play with her because she's set. And so they like the inexperienced 20-plus-year-old woman that's going to be happy that he takes her to McDonald's.
Wow.
That's what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do know
Wait a minute,
Go
let
ahead.
me
I'm
add
sorry.
to her.
Mm-hmm.
50 and over is not coachable.
Yeah.
They're not going to be the most submissive.
Yes.
They can, because of life experience, they can call you on some of your BS. The men can't get away with a lot of things that they can get away with. Like Nisha said, that younger woman, the 50-year-old woman is not going to be impressed with the stuff that he has versus that younger woman. His accomplishments may not mean nothing to us. May not be an accomplishment to us. So, yeah.
I think too, women and men both that are 50 plus, we've at some point experienced some trauma, some hurt, some heartbreak. So we already come into it with our defenses up. You know what I mean? So I think that has a lot to do with it too. And so you're always kind of like looking like, okay, he's like, are comparing them to someone else. So what do we do now? Now you did mention that they're looking for younger women. Is it that we don't keep ourselves up? Is it because we are letting ourselves go? Nowadays, you see so many women that are staying in the gym and taking care of themselves, are getting this nip and tuck and BBL and boob job and all these things to try to make sure that they can even compete with the younger generation. To what are we just at a point where we just have to settle?
Well, you have to understand that men have egos. And a younger woman is some arm trophy that bills or boasts or bills, whatever I'm trying to say, his ego. You know what I'm saying? I see you, boy. Young tenders. You know, there are women that are physically fit. But see, at the end of the day, it depends on the person. Because you could be physically fit, and then you can have afro like me, and they don't like afros. You could be physically fit, and then you can have some tattoos, and they don't like it. It's beauty is in the eye of the beholder, to each their own, and you just gotta roll with the people that roll with you, and that's what a lot of women don't want to roll with the people that want to roll with
that
them.
part.
That part is a big part right there.
Yeah, that part too. I agree. I do think, honestly, if I'm looking at what we see in the real world, and sometimes social media too, a lot of women that are, like 50 and up, what I see, y'all in shape. Y'all look younger than some of these like 20-year-olds. Y'all look younger than some of these 30-year-olds. It's like, I feel like y'all take better care of your body. Y'all drink your water. Y'all do your facial routines. Y'all eat your fruits and vegetables. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of them, I'll be like, I've seen some on social media where they be like, how old are you? And they be like, I'm 21. And I'm like, oh, shit. Because I thought the person was older. So I do think that, I in my experience, what I've seen, I feel like a lot of women 50 and up do keep themselves more together versus the 20 plus year olds or the 30 plus year olds, and even sometimes the 40 plus year olds. But men like that, they like that age that they feel like they can mold and kind of manage. And I feel like once you hit 50 and up, you can't tell me shit. I know this. I've been through this. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of 50 plus year olds that I'm actually friends with, y'all control freaks. It's either your way or the highway. And if it's not your way, you be like, bye. Like, you're not willing to, compromise. And so if you have somebody that's not willing to compromise versus somebody that's, thank you for taking me to McDonald's, they probably going to go with the McDonald's.
Yeah. And so many men 50 plus are, a lot of them, it seems, to be going through that little midlife crisis thing where they want to prove something.
Yeah.
They're, and so they may be experiencing ED or something like that. I gotta go there. I'm sorry. They might be experiencing ED. And because it's really them, they feel like, well, let me try. Maybe if I'm with somebody else, it ain't the ED, it's the girl. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm about to say. So you think the younger
sometimes
girl
they think that.
Nah, they think it's gonna work.
They think that they can make it work. You know what I mean? So I think anytime as you age, your body changes.
Yes.
Things happen, even with women.
Yes.
We go through menopause. Men go through ED.
Something similar.
Yeah, something very similar. So I'm thinking that they're fighting that part of it too. Knowing that they can't really hang, and us older women will probably put them in check on that, which no, you know what I'm saying, which dick not working himself, you know. So we're more apt to check him on that. Where the young girl may say, you know, oh,
Are you
well,
talking
maybe
about
she don't
taking
even
this
know
pill?
no better. Yeah,
Try
yeah. You
taking
want to
this
take this
pill.
blue? I got this blue.
Try this
thing for you.
herb.
So yeah,
I think a lot of older women are still looking for a man to build.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna tell you like this:
Yeah.
what he got is what he got.
That's
If
it.
you
That's
can't
all.
accept him for what he is at this very moment, get on.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, we going into our golden years. We supposed to be
Right.
kicking back and knitting
Damn.
and playing with
Golden
with
years.
the
The grandkids,
and
right.
baking cookies and shit, you know. And I think a lot of 50-year-old women, they're looking for something that they never got in their 20s, and not understanding that era has passed you by.
Yeah.
It's
But
gone.
there's still things that you could do at 50, you know, with an older man that'll be fun and pleasurable. You just got to stay in your age range about the things that you do. And I think and I'm not saying that women shouldn't have expectations. I think some of women's expectations are too high. What they looking for is too high. You 500 pounds, but you want, you know, tall, dark, and
6
handsome
abs,
with a
6
pack.
feet.
Come on now,
Yeah.
let's be realistic
Yeah.
about the situation. I think if we really not lowered our expectations, but just be a little
realistic.
kinder.
Yeah.
You know,
A little realistic.
a little more realistic
Yeah.
about, you know, what it is to actually date a man.
Or woman. I think that,
What we talking about, men?
yeah. But yeah. I was about to say, yeah, you're right. I guess it's just, and I know we said eventually one of these days we're going to talk about social media, you know, influencing the dating scene. But what I'm seeing is that a lot of people are expecting the perfect person because of what they see on social media. And so when they get the person in the real world, well, they don't look like the person on social media. They don't have because social media, we're always happy, right, on social media because we're not posting like our bad times or the sad stuff. It's a perfect pose, it's a perfect smile, it's a perfect, you know, when we're outfit, when we're with our friends, everybody's you know, where like everything is just like everything is great, but go off social media and they're like, you know, you can walk right by them like, so you have that happening. And I used to argue with people up and down when they would say, you know, older women always competing with younger women. Older women are jealous of younger women. And I would be like, nah, because that's not how I move. I had my fun, you know, in that age bracket. Now I'm in this age bracket. So now I'm trying to see what's cracking in this age bracket. But I do see a lot of women in their 50s and 60s be sitting there trying to move like a 20-year-old, be trying to dress like a 20-year-old, like literally be in their videos with their daughters who's in their 20s, like, we gonna wear the same outfit, Erykah Badu. We gonna wear we gonna wear the same outfit and stuff, like competing. And so if I was a man and you have these two options, the 50-plus-year-old who's trying to do that and the 20-plus-year-old, you're probably going to go with the 20-plus because they have less trauma, less baggage, right? The 50-plus is probably going to have, we got the kids, we got the grandkids, we got the divorce, we got the ex-boyfriends, we got I need you to look like this, I need you to move like this. If you step out of this box, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to throw a fit, I'm going to have an attitude, or we're done. Like, you have all these restrictions that we see when we get past a certain age, whereas the 20-plus is still trying to figure shit out. That's why them old niggas be trying to talk to the 20-plus because they don't know anything yet. Yeah. So that's my thinking.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times the 50-year-old men, and I right come to my head is the balloon pop thing that they always do.
Yes.
And you see sometimes when the older guy comes out, some of the women that's around that same age, pop, 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 pop.
pop,
Yep.
pop.
They popping the balloons. And
Yes.
they go to these little young ones. They still holding their little balloon.
Yes.
You know, they want to say why they like him. Oh, he said, I like what he said about going to church, or I like what he said about this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like you're,
Perfection.
yeah, they're looking for that perfect little, and they got a lot of nerve, but they looking for perfection. And I guess because number one, we at that point where we ain't taking no shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we're at the point where, you know, you can't meet our expectations. We gonna push you on to the side. So I think that's why they are going for the young ones.
Okay. We ain't taking no shit. Yeah.
Well,
You're right.
Kinda. I mean, you know, it depends.
50-year-olds still be taking shit. 60-year-olds
Sure
still
do.
be taking shit. You
Sure
always
do.
gonna take shit from somebody. It's just the person that you want to take
Yeah.
shit from. And as far as being perfect, people want perfection out of people, and they're not perfect themselves.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And they can see all the dysfunction in somebody else.
Yes.
They don't want nobody
Yes.
to shine a light on their dysfunction.
Right.
Oh, but my dysfunction is not as bad.
Not as bad as so and so.
And I'm gonna somewhat disagree with Nisha
Yeah.
as far as saying that the younger women have less trauma, because especially on social media, you're seeing these younger women, they really traumatized. They didn't have some real
Major
hard
stuff.
lives, you know, versus me. I've done some shit, but some of these young
Right.
women, they've really been through the ringer.
Yeah.
And I think that is a reason why they like to gravitate to older men, because they're looking for that father
Daddy.
figure.
Mhm.
I
Daddy.
think at 55 years old, you should know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Go after what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Don't settle.
And just be lighthearted and fun and free, and you know, do your thing.
That's
you know?
right. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
But see, I have a friend that's a matchmaker, and she's on social media, and so we have conversations like, you know, outside of or whatever. And she does not like dealing with women 40 and up, because she feels like, you know, we're in Delulu land. We still believe we have options. We still believe that we are in our 20s. We still think that all the men are going to be like, I want her. And she's like, nah, that ended for you. Your group is smaller. So you got to accept and be willing to compromise a lot more than somebody that's in their 20s. And I think a lot of us are having a hard time dealing with that, because we just like, we've experienced life. We've experienced our trauma. A lot of us have gone to therapy to try to heal from it, right? We've experienced becoming stable individuals. And so it's like, we're like, I did all this work on me. So I want you to have all that work on you. And so when you see they don't have it, we be like, next,
Right.
swipe, swipe. And it's like, nah, there is no perfect person, and your group is smaller. Sorry, it just is. You're going to have divorcees. You're going to have men that never tackled their trauma. You're going to have men with ED. You're going to have men that want to do poly relationships. You're going to have men that, you know, we talked about this a few weeks ago where we met some men that said, all I can give you is 2%. 2%. Yeah. So you're gonna have men that give you just 2%.
And you gonna be tired.
And you gonna So you this our circle.
Wow.
This what you gotta deal with.
Slim.
Or you could be like what, you know, the late Kevin Samuels used to say, get your little puppy, your pet, and be by yourself. It's up to you. But
and when he proposed that 2%, what did I say? Don't nobody want no damn 2%. So I was supposed to accept the 2%. That's what you said, because I ain't 50, I'm 60.
Okay.
So I'm supposed to take the 2%.
and he was in his 60s too.
Yeah.
So again, you got the 50 bracket, you got the 60 bracket, you got the 70 bracket. Each year as we get up there, it gets smaller and smaller. Unless you trying to be like some of these other people and go for the young dudes. So I just, when we talk about it, I'll be like, it makes sense and I hear you and I get it. But she'd be like, I don't want nobody past 30. Because once y'all get past like 35, you set. Like you don't want to budge. You don't want to compromise. You don't want to accept people for who they are. And she was like, sometimes the issues that you might see in an individual are easy fixes, like pop the balloon. I literally just watched an episode where it was 40 plus and up. Mm-hmm. So some of the men and women were in their 50s and some were in their 40s. They only had one match. one match through that whole episode because soon as the dude would come out, the women was like pop, 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 pop. And I'll be watching it with my daughter. So we laugh about it because I'll be like, well, why did you pop? I don't like his shoes.
Yes.
Why'd you pop? I don't like his shirt. Why'd you pop? And I'm like, this is easy fix. You could get him some shoes.
Yeah.
You could get, I don't like his haircut. You could, you know how you could easily just talk to a man and be like, I think you look much nicer with a bald head, or I think you look much nicer with this dress. I bought you this outfit. I think you're gonna look good in it. I want to, like, it's easy fixes, but nah, they'd be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not building. I'm not working with that. I did that in my 20s. I'm not doing that in my 40s and 50s. I pass. And so it's sad because it's like, I feel like social media has us in Delulu land where we think we still got the options we had in our 20s. And we don't. We don't.
And time's ticking.
We think that we can be competitive. Yeah.
Nah, you got that little bubble.
Right?
Take that bronze.
Yeah. Take that bronze and just shine it up.
Have that gold and silver.
Yeah. Let the young babies have that silver and gold. Take that bronze and just shine it up and be like, you know what, baby?
Okay.
I can work with this. You sharp. You got it. Like,
well, Mo, so what advice would you give a 50 plus woman that's out there dating? In closing.
Hell. Be like I said, be realistic. You have to have a foundation to pull from. I think a lot of women don't have a foundation to pull from. They've been in so many unsuccessful relationships. They would not be able to recognize a good thing when they see it because they're used to trauma, and somebody that's coming a different way, you might think he's the slickest one of all. So, you miss out on your opportunities. I would say take your time. Don't be so superficial. Like Nisha said, you can change the hair, the clothes, or whatever. And just really get to know a person and compromise. Have a little empathy for a man, And I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And how about you, Nisha?
Talk show.
I would say, be open to what's in your bubble. Be open to what you can get. Don't be delulu and think that you will get this quote unquote top tier that you normally probably was getting in your 20s, because men are different in that age bracket. And be open to like not seeking perfection, because there's no perfect person. Like, we all have work to do. We have areas that we need to work on, and have fun. Like, go out there and have fun. And if you don't want to compromise, then get you a pet and just make peace with that.
And one more thing, remember, the men say they don't get their stuff together until they're about 45. So
That's
you might have to, work a little harder.
That's embarrassing.
Accept a little more immaturity, because they just coming around the corner with their stuff together, where you as a woman may have had your stuff together for years, So
in your 30s.
You're going to have to be a little more understanding if they only get their self together, especially if you're talking about finances.
True.
At 45.
True.
Yeah.
In closing, I would like to say that I think we need to be a little bit more realistic and remember where we are. I think it's okay to even not stay in your age bracket. Maybe go down a little bit, maybe see what the 40 or the 35-year-old is talking about. But I think at this age, we need to be having fun. Enjoy it. If marriage is what you're looking for, of course, you're going to have to hone some stuff in and just try to find you what you want. But I think in the meantime, enjoy the process of dating, get to know people, and do not settle. That's it. Yes. Any other comments or concerns?
She didn't got mad.
She said yes.
Okay, wait. I gotta go back. So you gonna date in your you mad at the 50-year-olds, but you gonna date the 40 and the 30 years old. You think you ain't gonna be mad too? Are we dating for longevity? Or are we dating for a good
that's
time?
the part. That's what we
know.
talk about being realistic. What are you dating for?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's just for fun and you just out there, you done just got out of a 20-year plus relationship and you just want to have fun, okay, so be it. Then you can move this way. But if you're looking to not end your life, but get to the point in your life, you're a senior and you want to enjoy your life with another senior and you guys do senior shit together. You stay over there in that area, but again, still be realistic. Know his limitations. He probably ain't going to be able to put it down like he used to. I got to go there because that's really important.
See, it's interesting because
that's real important.
I ain't met the man that had ED. I've never met a man with ED.
I haven't either.
But you keep.
I take that back. I have, and it was very disappointing.
Was he in his 50s?
No, he was a little. Yeah, he was in his 50s. A little bit.
It just traumatized you to the point where you just be talking about.
Oh my God!
That's your shit.
Oh my God!
I prefer.
I don't understand. It just was like. Oh. I don't want to get too graphic, but it was very. It was not. Not pleasant.
I prefer men in their 50s because I like men that are older than me. Just not my parents' age because my parents are 65 and 68. But I've never met the men that I date are usually in shape. And they don't have ED. They don't.
It's a definite health issue.
But I'll tell you what I hear out in them streets though. A lot of your 20-plus-year-old men have ED.
From smoking weed,
from doing whatever they do.
Drugs,
yeah.
That's who I have. That's who I hear be like kind of having those.
But
issues.
you have to remember too, 50-plusers are automatically sometime when they go to their doctor for their physical, they get pills. They do.
I guess they be popping them before I show up. Like
an hour before. An hour before, and that thing will work.
How long it stay up?
It could go up to 4 hours.
Oh my God.
You can have
That's a lot.
That's fun. That's fun time.
So they
for him, not for your ass.
Like that's enough. That's enough.
But yeah, I think more than anything, we just have to be realistic and know what it is that you want. And I say, from a girl who has settled and settled and settled, I will never settle again.
What is settling to you?
Settling to me is like you just accept safe. You accept just to have someone, because I'm a nurturer by nature. I like cooking and ironing, doing all that old school stuff. That's what I like to do. Some dudes really don't care for that.
That's ironing for you.
Old. That's
yeah,
old.
in today's climate.
Yeah. So they don't. That I guess because that's what I saw growing up. I always wanted that. Now there's some dudes that really appreciate it, but it's some that don't. So I want to be able to get my needs met as well as meet their needs.
So you want them to iron for you too?
I don't necessarily want them to iron for me, but I want them to do some of the things I like to do. Maybe travel, maybe, be spontaneous and surprise me with things. My love language is gifts, but I'm not materialistic. You know what I'm saying? It's not expensive. Am I? No, I'm not.
I'm just listening to you.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Cheap gifts.
Yeah, inexpensive gifts, not cheap.
What's the dollar amount on your?
It's no real dollar amount. Actually, he could be walking down the street. He could have been jogging and picked some daisies up out of someone's yard and bring them home. And I would be, that kind of stuff just warms my heart. I love that kind of stuff. I'm a real romantic.
We all went out on a date and we invited our men, and she got some roses and I got some lilies and you got.
No, don't embarrass me.
Oh, he got that little flower.
No, he do that. Yeah, no.
He got you.
He do that when it's just us. There's a bunch of us around. He better not come with no dang daisy.
So you got limitations.
No.
So you got conditions.
Yeah, well,
see, you over there lying.
So your gifts got to come under conditions. Got it.
Don't embarrass me, boy. Don't
got it.
I thought it was cute.
It is sweet though. It's not. It's sweet.
We're gonna have to do another show.
To be continued.
Remember to like, share, and comment. And hey, if you come up with a topic you want us to talk about, put it in the comments. We appreciate it. And we BGP. We out.
Yeah.
Bye.